biodiesel 101.
All right.
Okay? So, you start with vegetable oil. Okay, you can either find a source for it, collect it from restaurants, or now a lot of people are buying it from Tucson Tallow, which is a local company that collects all the waste grease from restaurants. And they'll sell it to you to brew biodiesel. You transfer it into a converted water heater. Alright, this water heater has the top heating element removed, and just the bottom heating element is active. Once the biodiesel is in, the vegetable oil is in, we use 30 gallons per batch. You circulate it with a pump through the water heater, and you heat it to between 120 and 130 degrees. When you do that, while it's circulating, you mix up. These are called carboys. You mix these up full of methanol and either sodium or potassium hydroxide.
Okay.
And that makes methoxide. Okay. And that's the catalyst that causes the reaction, the methoxide. Once this is done heating, you disconnect the heating element and you introduce the methoxide through this tube. You just kind of suck it into the vegetable oil. And that causes a reaction what's known as a polyestrification. And what it's doing is you're altering the ester chain in the vegetable oil.
Mm-hmm.
You circulate that for 3 hours. When it's done circulating, you offload it into one of these tanks, into a cone bottom tank or any other kind of wash tank that you want. You let it settle for 24 hours, and what you wind up with is the whole top layer is biodiesel and the bottom layer is glycerin. That's the byproduct. You drain off the glycerin, and there's a bunch of uses for the glycerin. You can use it as concrete form release, or you can recycle the methanol out of it by just kind of distilling the glycerin and pull the extra methanol out. And then you have to wash the biodiesel, because one of the products of the reaction is a little bit of soap, and you don't want that in your engine. So you actually wash it with water. You just fill it up with water. You put a layer of water on it. And water is heavier than the biodiesel, so it'll naturally go to the bottom. You do multiple washes in it until all the soap is washed out. And the only byproduct from that is a little bit of soapy water, and I just use it to water the desert. And then as long as you're using potassium hydroxide, the plants seem to love it. When you're done with that, this one's done washing. This one's the only thing I've got to do to this batch is dry it, because there's a little bit of water still suspended in it. And out here in our great Arizona environment, all you have to do is kind of circulate it through the air, and it dries the biodiesel. Last step is pull it through a filter and pump it into your tank. And that's home brewed biodiesel.